Hello and welcome to Luminosity Yoga. This month, the lunation of Sagittarius 2021. So my name is Anya and I'm very passionate about ancient and modern practices of understanding how the energetic system of the human mind, body, and spirit relates to the cosmos. And I'm an inspired and inspiring yoga teacher. And I also love to bring in my learning, my personal understanding of the cosmos and offer yoga practices that help you get an embodied understanding of the monthly lunar cycle. So there might be questions like, how can you align your individual energetic design, the one of your birth chart, if you're familiar with it, with the cosmic energies in order to be more balanced, grounded, and find your own flow that helps you access creative potential and inner wisdom. It's a very, very particular time of the year. And the sign of Sagittarius, it is mutable fire. It's the archer, it's the light in the darkness, candlelight. As we all know, regardless of whether we celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any festivities to do with light in the Northern Hemisphere, it is the return of the light. So I want to start with a few sort of archetypes or concepts that Sagittarius is associated with. First of all, its ruling planet is the planet Jupiter. So you might associate Jupiter with the idea of luck. Really, it is about expansion. And in that sense, also potential or vision. And so the challenge might be now in this new moon. So the new moon in Sagittarius was on the 4th of December. And it was it was alongside a south node solar eclipse. So it was very, very close, both sun and moon in the sign of Sagittarius, very close to the south node of the moon. And this particular point, the south node, is a point of releasing karmic patterns. Or we could also say the ancestral patterns, the things that we have taken over from our ancestral line, that are DNA, that are possibly not conducive for our growth, relating to the sign of Sagittarius. This is a point of releasing them in order to be able to expand. And so to get back to the idea of Sagittarius, its higher expression can be meaning and inspiration. It's a very explorative sign. It loves to discover and likes philosophy, also like foreign or distant countries and cultures. It's about vision and questing. Teaching and learning. It's about different from Capricorn. It's about natural law rather than man-made laws. And also traveling is related to the idea of Sagittarius. So the higher expression can be something like a vision and intuition, honesty in that quest, like the quest of the heart. Yeah, what is really true for me? And the shadow side might be trivia, gossip, hypocrisy, also trying to be clever for its own sake, and a flexible mind, thinking that one knows what is right and only that is right, judgment, and also false hopes. So this lunation seems to be like an opportunity to expand, but at the same time very important to trust in the changes that we're going through, and to trust that if we can connect with our intuition from a grounded place, connected to the elements, to the natural cycles, that we are on, that a new vision can open up. In the tarot, it's connected to the card Temperance, and on that card there is an archangel. It's the Archangel Michael, also very protective energy. So it's also about not going to extremes. Both, so the lunar axis, the south node always comes together with the north node of the moon. And we have gone through a 1.5 year long cycle since May 2020, where the concept of Sagittarius on the south node was opposed Gemini on the north node. And so we've been on this axis trying to integrate things in Gemini, Gemini related ideas in our lives. So this is more about information gathering, having an open mind, looking at the facts rather than opinions, and also like social media, technological devices, communication, short distance travel, siblings, and on the downside, or let's say in its shadow expression, more around the idea of the trickster, like energy that throws things over or just kind of causes chaos, is uncommitted, unpredictable in a sense. So yeah, we've been negotiating, and I think many of us have come to understand that it's less about being on the polar opposites, but rather trying to understand how we can integrate these concepts and find a middle path, in a sense, where self-regulation is vital, so that we can aim for these qualities with the help of a yoga practice or other spiritual practice, or whatever it is that actually serves you to find your grounding, your sense of being connected to yourself and the universe, helping us to be flexible and adaptive and energized and stable. So at this point, with such a fiery fire air fiery combination here, in this month, in this lunation of Sagittarius, little choices can have a big outcome or have a lot of momentum. Really, this eclipse energy, even though it's already the 6th of December today, there's still like that eclipse energy kind of processing. And the nodes of the moon will be moving into a completely new phase, Taurus and Scorpio, which we will look at again when the time comes. So yeah, how do we live in accordance with our values might be an important question. What constructs, kind of, these mental, emotional, spiritual, physical constructs, do we need to change in order to change our world? And it might also feel like a lot of rewiring happening in the brain. And yeah, as all of this is happening and everybody's going through tremendous change, be tender. Be tender with yourself, be tender with others. I think that's very important. And yeah, and as much as we can, being honest with ourselves, refraining from gossiping, really looking what's true for me, what's true for my heart, and devoting ourselves to our practices. in order to gain or regain clarity. And in the yoga practice, I suggest a slow meditative approach as it is related to the sign of Jupiter, kind of an expansive energy. And the pranayama, the breathing exercises related to Sagittarius or Jupiter, are related to breath retention, so holding in the breath after the inhale. So we will do that as part of the practice. Another thing that I will finish with is Krataka, which is candle gazing. So before you start, take a moment to get a candle and set it up somewhere so you can really look at it later on. In the meantime, come to find a comfortable seat. I will adjust a little bit here the screen, and here we go. So come find a comfortable seat on your mat and join me in this lunation, Sagittarius lunation yoga practice. So you can either sit on a cushion, meditation cushion. Of course, you can also sit on a blanket. Just take a moment to connect to the ground. Let your tailbone drop. Imagine roots growing down from your tailbone. And if you can feel from your perineum, so you take a moment to pull your tailbone and pelvic floor in and up. Hold the breath, pull the belly against the spine. And then release. That's finding your perineum and the connection to the earth. And as you feel the roots growing down into the earth on the inhale, let fresh energy enter the body. Bring it all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, release any tension, tiredness, energies of other people, anything that doesn't serve you right now. Bring the thumb and index finger together as your hands rest on your thighs. And just devote yourself to this breathing, letting fresh energy from the earth underneath you enter the body on the inhale. Move up the spine, move into the arms, fingers, into the crown of the head. And releasing stress, tension, energies of other people on your exhale and rooting down, further down into the earth. And just repeat that a few times in your own time. Very clear connection to the earth, and bring the next in and exhales all the way up to the crown of the head, and then exhale through the crown of the head. And take a few deep in and exhales here. So on your inhale, taking in the energy from above, from the universe. And exhaling again, letting go of tension, tiredness, energies of other people. And just repeat that a few times in your own time. And just maintain that connection to the crown and the tailbone. And from here, move into an extended child pose. So you can choose yourself if you want to Place your arms in front or behind you. So just making sure you're comfortable. Knees can be wider or very close together. Place your forehead on the ground so you can really release tension in the forehead and release all the thoughts. And then on your inhale, feel again the connection, the breath coming in from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhaling all the way down again to the tailbone. And imagine your inhale moving up the front of the body that faces the ground. And on the exhale, moving down the back of the body facing the sky. Just connecting with heaven and earth as we keep breathing deep in an exhale. Inhaling up the front of the body to the crown of the head. Exhaling down the back of the body towards your tailbone or your perineum. At the end of the exhale, very gently pull the belly in and up. Hold it, breathe deeply. At the end of the inhale, see if you can find a very, very short break, a short interval before you exhale. Three more, deepen and exhale, really releasing all the stress, all the tension from your forehead, from your brain. And letting it drop towards the earth and rooting yourself further down on the exhale. And last one. I'm going to bring your hands next to your knees and then very slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming into a seated posture. You can either sit on a block, on a bolster, or just on your heels. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. On your inhale, bring the arms up, all the way up. And then bring all that energy into the heart center. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. And then just hum 3 rounds of When I do it, you might not be able to hear me, but just go with your own sound and see if you can open up really from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Let your hum, your sound open up the spine. Deep exhale and inhale. And then bow your head towards your heart. And set an intention. So you might want to take this question into the practice. What is it I need to release so I can expand and trust the changes? Or maybe you already know what it is. And then you can take that as an intention into the practice. And just bring that into the body with your breathing. Rub your palms together. Creating warmth between your hands. Cup your eyes with your palms. Take a few deep in and exhales. Keep your eyes closed as you do this. Bring your hands down and then wrap them together again. And the Sagittarius is also related to the legs and also thighs, sometimes the calves. So just place them on your thighs. And again, just take a few deep in and exhales into your hands, absorbing any tension that might be in your legs. And just let it move through the hands. Breathing deeply. And then we come front on all fours for the next part of the practice, coming into a tabletop position. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we do just a simple cat-cow. So inhale, arching the back from the tailbone, and then bringing the heart front, holding in the breath for just a second at the end of the inhale, and then on the exhale, rounding from the lower middle, upper back, pushing the floor away, pulling the belly in, and then again, starting with the tailbone, inhaling, rippling the spine, gently arching the back, bringing the heart forward, holding the breath just for a moment, and exhaling. And just continue in your own time. Remembering the short interval at the end of the inhale. Next time you round the back, just keep the back rounded. And then on your inhale, bring your knee to the nose, hold for a moment. And then exhale, bring it away. Just open up and do that 3 times, inhaling, holding for a split second, exhaling, releasing the leg, opening up. One more time. And just hold the breath, bring your ribs in, just feel the length in the leg, just keep your hands on the ground, find a long spine, bring the ribs in, and then lower the leg and just stretch into your calf, into the back of the leg. And then exhale, bring the knee in, tuck both feet under, just sit back on your feet just to feel the difference for a moment. Interlace your fingers, inhale, exhale, bring your arms up. Finding the length again, inhaling all the way up to the crown, short interval at the end of the inhale. And exhaling all the way down to the tailbone. If it's too much, just come up, like this, sit back down, or just sit on your flat feet one more time. And then come front again. Inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding. Bring the left knee to the nose, inhale. Exhale, just bring the leg back and up. Inhaling, hold, and exhale. One more time. And exhale. And then flex the foot. And bring the heel, same line with the sitting bones. Find a long neck, bring the ribs in. Keep the hands on the ground, breathing deeply. Release the neck. You can open the jaw if you like. Bring the leg down, and again, just stretch into the back of your leg. And find your way into plank. Bring your knees on the ground, chest and chin. And pull your legs out. And we're just gonna do a few cobras here. Roll the shoulders, front, back. Front, up and back, elbows back. And now really just go with your flexibility. So there is no need to push. If you want to do a higher cobra, you're welcome. Otherwise, stay with a baby cobra. So inhale, coming up for baby cobra, first of all. And exhale, bring the forehead down. If you like, you can come a little higher. Otherwise, stay with baby cobra. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Really opening the heart. One more time, inhale. Come up higher, stay with baby cobra, and exhale. And then inhale, come on all fours. Tuck your toes under, come back into downward facing dog. Just walk a little bit on the spot. And then slowly walk to the front of the mat and come into a forward fold. Feet hip width distance. Bend your knees, grab your elbows from below. Swing from left to right, opening the sides of the body a little bit. And just shift the weight more onto the front of the feet. Come to the center, just finding two very heavy elbows. Top of the head heavy, sitting bones up. And let go of the elbows and shake them out. Shake out the arms, hands, head. Pucking your lips a few times. Go. And then bend your knees and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. And bring your arms up on the inhale. And hands in front of the heart on the exhale. Very good. Just feel your feet on the ground. And palms facing front on your inhale. Bring your arms up. And exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Ground your hands, step your left leg back, feet hip width distance. If you like, you can bend your back knee a little bit as you come up into a high lunge. Breathing deeply, see if you can, only if it feels okay for your groins. You can straighten the back leg, bend the front one, and just look straight ahead. Really enjoying, if you can arch a little bit in the upper back, only if that's available and comfortable. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, place the back foot on the ground, and then open up for warrior two. So as we have the archer, Sagittarius, bring the back arm front And then imagine you're pulling an arrow. You have a bow here, pulling the arrow back. And then open again. Inhale, bring your arm front. And then pull your arrow, your imaginary arrow back. Open the heart here. One more time. And exhale. And then place that hand here on your chest. Bring the other arm up. And then see if you can go into reverse. Only as much as is comfortable. Breathing deeply. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the elbow on the thigh. And then bring both of your shoulders back. Open the heart towards the sky. Bring the chin in a little bit and make sure you have a very long tailbone, crown, elongating in the opposite direction. One more time, inhale. Arching back. And exhale, calming front. Opening your heart towards the sky and finding a long neck. One more. Last time. Inhale here. And exhale. If you want to do that a few more times, you're welcome. We're just going to do 3 for now. And then inhale, just open everything for the warrior 2. And exhale, find your way back into downward facing dog. If you need a break, you're welcome to take a break here. Otherwise, come into plank position. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, come to a baby or into higher cobra, as you wish. And then lower the forehead on the ground. Release everything, all the tension in the head. And find your way back into downward facing dog in your own way. Stay here for a couple of breaths. I'm just going to change sides so it's easier for you to see. Inhale, bring your left leg up, and exhale, bring it front. And again, very gently, so just check that your feet are hip width distance. Slowly come up, inhale here. Long spine. Looking front. Just enjoy the buoyancy in the chest if you like. Arch slightly in the chest if that's available and comfortable. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the back foot on the ground for warrior 2, and then very slowly open up for the warrior 2. Breathing deeply, looking at your front hand. Bring your back arm front, inhale. And again, just imagine you're pulling the arrow back. And do it again, inhale deeply. And exhale, so really hear the arching archetype. Just bring that into, and look at here, that's where your vision is, looking at your vision and holding one hand on your heart for the truth of your heart. So connecting your vision to the heart, very important. And then exhale, bring the elbow on the thigh, front thigh, and open the heart towards the sky, bring the tailbone down and elongate from the crown. Inhale, arching back, and exhale, elbow on the thigh, opening the heart towards the sky. And again, one more time, inhale here, and exhaling. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. And then come up on the toes, bend your knees. Either jump or walk to the front of the mat. I will turn once again. Coming into forward fold. Deep inhale, half forward bend. Deep exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, and we will just step back into downward facing dog. And now we're going to do something that's called wild thing. Actually, its real name is Katakarasana. So see if that is available to you. If that is too much, just join me once I sit on the ground. So if you feel it's too challenging for you, just sit down on the ground and I will tell you which leg to bring in. So we start with the right leg. So inhale, bring your right leg up. And then just bend the knees so the foot is actually facing the sky, hips are not open. Breathing very deeply, so just really find the strength in your hands and your foot on the ground, in your hips, and then very slowly open the hip up and see if you can dip that foot behind you onto the ground behind you. And this is what I mean, if you can't do that, you're just going to sit down on the ground with your left leg extended and your right leg bent. And now what you're going to do, you're just going to lift the hips and turn sideways. And if you like, you can bring that arm up. You can have it here. You can have it here if you have any pains. You can even hold it behind your head and just support your head. Breathing deeply here. So that was this variation with the head is my favorite yoga teacher in Sydney, Amy Peterson. She used to say that she liked protecting her head or just supporting her head in this pose, and I like that very much myself. And then exhale, just lower actually your seat on the ground. You can come onto the center of your mat, come into a twist. And again, just opening the chest, breathing deeply, so bringing new life, new possibilities into the body. If you know you want to just do the thing seated, just stay here and change legs. Otherwise, what you can do, you bring your left leg on, left arm on the ground again, lift your hips and just find your way back into a plank position. Knees, chest, and chin. Cobra of your choice or upward dog. And then finding your way into downward facing dog. So now we go over to the second side. Bring your left leg up, inhale. And then bend it, just the foot facing the sky. Feel the strength in your arms, in your center, in your hips, in the foot that's on the ground. And then slowly opening your hip and bringing that left foot behind you. And you can either directly go into this posture or you can lower on the ground. Yes, the right leg is extended, left leg is bent. You can just do it from here, lifting and opening. You can look at your hand, you can also bring that arm up, or you can support your head again. So just see whatever feels right for you. And be true to that, remembering that mission, trusting in the changes, but being true to our hearts. Inhale here. So again, you can lower your seat on the ground, or we all will lower the seat on the ground, and we come into twist again to the other direction. So make sure you're comfy. You can sit on your mat. I will turn again. You can see me better. And just take a few deep and then exhales. And then just release on your exhale and straighten out both legs. Inhale, we bring the arms up and exhale, just coming into forward fold. Taking a moment to integrating all of this. On your inhale, really flex the feet, find length in the spine. And then exhale, see if you can come into forward fold. You can also just sit upright if that's not available to you. See if you can ground the back of your legs on your exhale. Breathing deeply, inhaling up, holding the breath at the end of the inhale for a moment. And then exhaling down the back of the body. And then very slowly, we're going to come to the front of the mat. And if you have blocks, I suggest you get them. I will get mine right now. So just make sure that you have them close. You can also use a bolster or something similar. And just place them next to you. Feet hip width distance, and then slowly rolling down. And we will use them in our shoulder bridge, but we can just start by warming up the back a little bit more. So we're just gonna, on the inhale, so arms by the sides, really feel the feet in the ground, hips level, feet about hip width distance or sitting bone distance apart, arms along by the sides. You can snuggle your shoulders underneath you. And then inhale, lift the lower middle upper back. And exhale, roll down the opposite direction. That 2 more times, and again with a slow or short interval break at the end of the inhale. So we will go up on 4, hold for 2, and go down on 6. Inhaling 4, hold for 2, exhale on 6. Repeating 4 to 6. And then we just come up on 4. And now we're gonna see where the block is and slide it underneath the sacrum. We need to check if it's better like this. Yeah, which direction is best, which height is best. Just check for yourself. Just making sure that your pelvis the back of your pelvis, your sacrum can rest. So really feel the connection to the ground. You can keep your hands on the ground. And only if it feels available to you, bring your right knee in. So feel the lift in the chest, and then also lift the leg towards the sky and then push the sky away. Yeah, so imagine you're wearing high heels. So first of all, you point the foot, but then you bring the toes towards you. Inhale, bring the knee into the chest. And then exhale, bring that foot back on the ground. And then we change sides. Inhale, bring the left leg in. So just keep your head center, and then exhale, expand that leg. And again, imagine you're on tippy toes, breathing deeply, pushing through the inside of the leg. One more time. Bring the leg in. Exhale, bring both feet on the ground, just removing the block slowly. And then very slowly, one vertebra at a time, just bringing the pelvis on the ground. So make sure you have space next to you. Bring the arms out to the sides. And then on your exhale, bring the legs over to the right and the head over to the left. Inhale, bring legs and head back to center, and exhale, slide them over to the other side. So just like a pendulum, moving from side to side, breathing deeply. come back and then roll onto the right. So let your knees go over to the right and then bring also your upper body onto the right side. Just stay here for a moment. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Feel the body grounded, releasing tension. And then slowly come up over the side. And now we're going to do the last stage, the Trataka, candle gazing. So just make sure you place your candle, if you can, on eye level. So, the wick or the flame of the candle, you can choose which one to look at. And you want to keep your eyes open as you do this. It's good if you have a timer. I'm going to time it for us now. Yeah, so we're just going to stay here for a couple of minutes, but of course you can extend that exercise. It's very, very cleansing for the eyes. They might start to tear, but see if you can keep them open. So you might want to make sure that you can focus. So I need to get a bit closer. Bring thumbs and index fingers together. Rest your hands on your thighs, palms facing up or down as you wish. So for more grounding today, I will place the hands, palms facing down. And just keep breathing naturally as you do your candle gazing. And just allow any tearing or blurred vision. And just continue to keep your eyes open. Avoid your eyes fluttering if possible. And just keep breathing, keeping your eyes open. We're staying here for another moment, another minute. Just noticing how the energy is slowly grounding. Feeling your seat on the cushion or whatever surface it's on. Sensing your breath moving at its own pace. Without you meddling with the breath, just let it come and go naturally. Through the nerves. Go of any tension in the fingers and the arms. And if you want to do this exercise again, you can really time it for like 10 minutes or so. That's too long, choose 5 or 3. You can focus either on the wick, on the inside of the flame, or on the outside shape of the flame. The tip of the flame, so you can choose your focus. Just make sure you stay with one. And then slowly come into comfortable seated posture again. You can, of course, stay where you are. Just close your eyes. Place one hand underneath the belly button, one hand on the center of your chest, the heart center. Think about something that you are grateful for. Today, at this moment, in this season, at this point in your life. Just really sense that gratitude spilling across your whole body. And then remember again the intention from the beginning of class. Maybe there's some clarity now around that question. Just remind yourself of what we need to release, or what you need to release in order to expand and trust your vision. Trust the changes for a new vision, towards a new vision. And then we bring the hands together in front of a heart and close with 3 rounds of Om, dedicating the fruits of a practice, the merits, to all beings without one exception, or whoever you feel needs your support right now. Take a deep exhale and inhale. Bow your head towards your heart. And thank yourself for taking the time and for bringing awareness, paying attention to yourself and your body. Thank you for joining very much. I appreciate your taking part in this. And I'm wishing you all a very happy, well, Sagittarius lunation, a Merry Christmas, or just a merry time of lights, festivity of lights, Happy Hanukkah, whatever else it might be that you're celebrating at this time of the year. And let's all remember the gratitude for the things that are there in our lives, and to get in touch with the truth of our hearts so we can shine our light in the darkness. My name is Anya. If you have enjoyed the practice, please feel free to subscribe, to comment, to like. That very much helps myself and the channel to gain more visibility. Feel free to share it with a friend. If you need a Shavasana, Just take care of yourself, time yourself, and lie down in Shavasana. Very beneficial, especially in the dark season, to take plenty of rest after practice. And I'm available for private yoga sessions. You can contact me here on the channel, also on my website, which will appear in the sidebar, www.anyabayer.com. You can book a private yoga session according to your own astrology and consultation for your well-being. Also, I'm available for online energy healing sessions with Energetics. So please feel free to get in touch. I really look forward to seeing you again here in the new year, in 2022. And for more advice on astrology, I highly recommend Astrology Hub, which is a great resource for me, or the London School of Astrology, Frank Clifford, who's an amazing astrologer and my teacher, as well as Rick Levine with his monthly updates. All of them you can find very easily on YouTube and on their own social media accounts and channels. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful December. End of the year, end of 2021. Namaste.